We all know that Peter Schiff hates Bitcoin, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to use some data to delve into the depths of his delusions and see what we find. And it was pretty interesting. So, the thing we're looking at here is every single tweet that Peter has ever done about Bitcoin. And I'm going to cross reference this against Michael Saylor just so you can really see how stark this contrast is. So here we have Saylor, which is pretty representative of the average Bitcoiner. I've went and done a bunch of sentiment data and been tracking stuff recently and found that a lot of Bitcoiners, myself included, have this very common habit of top ticking their tweets. So this goes back a little bit longer, but you can just see some examples here of when the price is up, Saylor is tweeting the most frequently because it's very exciting and whatnot. This is pretty representative of the average Bitcoiner. Peter Schiff, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. So you can see here, it's usually after big sell-offs that he is tweeting the most frequently. And down here too, especially on big volatile days when price is dumping. What's extra interesting is that I have ran a portfolio return estimator. So we will hop back over to Saylor here, and worth noting is look at the mentions of Bitcoin, roughly 50% of every single tweet that Saylor has ever done about Bitcoin, and 3,620. If you would have invested a little bit of money every single time that Saylor tweeted, $10 is the calculation that I've done here, you'd have a portfolio return of 80.1%. Respectable. But now we look at Mr. Peter Schiff. So same exact thing here, same kind of numbers. Out of his 36,000 tweets that I have analyzed here, 5,198 of them have been about Bitcoin, which is absolutely freaking wild. So of course, there would be more accumulated if you were buying with $10 every time. But I think what's so interesting here is the portfolio return section. His average entry would be $23,844. This is due to a lot of reasons, and he's been tweeting about it for longer. But what's so funny is that he has been this fantastic bottom signal over and over and over again. I have actually compiled the lowest price Bitcoin mentions that he has over here, and you can see some of these, where this is from 2015. There's a $204 Bitcoin price, which if you would have bought then would have been up 32,000%. And there are just time and time and time again of these. Like, it is borderline comical. And just to really illustrate this, like, Peter Schiff is a gold bug, right? Like, you think of him as a gold account. This is actually not true. I've looked through a ton of his data here, and I would argue that Peter Schiff is actually a Bitcoin account. So again, been delving into sentiment data. I have a whole lot of stuff here. And the thing I think is so funny is that I have done a heat map thing here. I won't go too into it, but basically we are looking at the language that he has used over time. So in the entirety of the tweet database that I have for him, he's tweeted about gold 6,213 times and Bitcoin 5,119, at least over this time frame that I'm analyzing. So it seems like maybe he's tweeting more about gold, but this is actually false. If you look here, the gold is in orange and Bitcoin is in blue on this chart. You'll note that, like, in the early days before he really knew what Bitcoin was, like, he'd occasionally have a tweet about it. It wouldn't be a serious thing, but he was tweeting about gold constantly. Somewhere around 2020, this completely flipped. He has been tweeting more frequently about Bitcoin, specifically during these sections, than even about gold. This is representative to me of why this sentiment analysis stuff is so interesting. Like, there are people out there that are these massive counter signals whose use and change of language actually are kind of interesting indicators. I'm not actively trading anything. I just like to look at this data and understand where people's mood is in the market. But holy crap, Peter Schiff is a hilariously accurate counter signal, and now I actually have the data to back that up.